Title, Romans 3:27-30, Only by Faith. Content 3:27-30. By faith alone. Guilt is the seasoning of our daily life. We live in guilt. I always feel guilty about my parents. It's because you can't give back the love you received. Our education thoroughly nurtures guilt. As a parent who cares about the future and wants to lead a successful life, I think I have given my children a lot of guilt. When you rebuke and when you don't, you feel guilty. Our social fabric makes us feel guilty. If you do well, you will feel guilty about the bad people, and you will feel guilty about the bad people. Can we get rid of this guilt? Guilt comes from sin. How can a person be freed from sin and be justified? Today's text gives an answer to this question. First, look at the text. Questions and answers are given. In verse 27, answers in verse 28, and answers in verse 30. Contrasting the two laws, the answer repeats only by faith. 1. The law of conduct makes it impossible. This was the way of salvation that Israel in the Old Testament sought. It was the way Luther tried to solve the guilt that arises in his heart before he understands Romans 1:17. This is a way of reaching God's standards through religious practice, in all forms of religion. It is the law of trying to become righteous to God through one's own efforts and works. Luther succeeded with this. Israel 2:1-3, 9. Adam also failed in the Garden of Eden. Are we the descendants of the fallen Adam? 3:9-18, 3:23. Nevertheless, even today, without any doubt, many people are walking down this road. Its characteristic is to compare, brag and criticize. So we are all constantly surrounded by criticism. The moral teachers are like that, 2:1-3. Yes, Israel, 2:17-23. We all do that. Blamers try to escape their own guilt by inducing guilt in others. Then, what is the purpose of the law? 3:20. The law is like a scale or a thermometer. The law only tells us about sin, but has no power to justify us. Therefore, we must deny ourselves. 2. It is only possible through the law of faith. As the history of Israel's failures tested, we cannot justify ourselves. 3:20. Now, besides the law, the righteousness of God has been revealed. 3:21. Where? In the Gospel, 1:17. This is explained in verses 3:22-27. Through faith in Jesus Christ, 3:22. Through the redemption of Jesus Christ, 3:24. Through the blood of Jesus Christ, the propitiation, 3:25. God gives the gift of justification to those who believe in Jesus of this gospel. Therefore, it is possible only by faith. It is only possible by the grace of God. It is only possible through the gospel of Jesus Christ. Brothers and sisters, we have two paths. It is the way of works of the law and the way of faith. Always check which road you are on.